All right, what's going on, comic book geeks, freaks, and junkies? I showed my latest stuff in the live show, but who's gonna watch 4 hours? Nobody. So I'm gonna do it here. First, I want to start off by doing the contest video for my friend Dave at Marc Spector Comics. Congratulations on your 800 subs.
Stay tuned for that intro.
And my three channels to shout out: Black, Box, Silver, and Bronze. Guy's got amazing collection. He's an amazing dude. I got to meet him twice in real person, 2 times I think. Anyways, also SurfBlue. SurfBlue does great comic books, DVDs, video games. So check him out. And the last is Kevin Taylor. He's in
Hi
Britain.
there. My
He
name is
collects a
Kevin
lot of
Taylor.
award-winning books, and he gets a lot of
Yeah,
slabs
so really,
with
really
these
cool.
books in, really cheap. So he's got a big slab collection. Check him out. On with the haul. I have
So yeah, very, very nice indeed, and I really like this book. Love it.
had a bad cold come over me quick, so I gotta have some hydration. This is just found this at Dollar Tree. Sparkling ice with caffeine. I bought this book. It was $10. Auction. Nobody bid. Actually, I love Disney and comics. Steve Cottle said he was thinking about it, so I won it, and they actually shipped it overnight because this was Saturday that I won it, and so 4th of July was on Monday, so I got it on Sunday, so that was cool. At Super Comics, July 1943, and that was $19 all in. So really cool. Cats went in the room. Hold on. Little kids. So get ready for the show tonight. Sarah's going to be on. Carolyn, Lady Fantastic, Silver Haired, Bronze Age Babe. We're going to be battling it out. We're each representing an artist, and you get to vote on which cover you like the best. Got these, man. I got a second, what you would call a second pair. So this, I got from me and Jerry were buying stuff from a private collector that had contacted him. Excuse me, sir. You want to get down? Thank you. Okay. So these are really low grade. They weren't expensive at all. I think I paid $5 a piece for them. But this was $9. This was $5. So $14. But these I found at my comic shop. Check new listings constantly. This one was $8.50, and this one was like $10, $11. So what is that? $20. And they're like, these are like 5.5s. They're really nice, tight staples, flat, crisp pages inside. That's the War Bond cover from July 44, and this is the letter from Roosevelt to the Americans to buy another war bond from July 1945. So happy to have those in the collection. One of these may have found a home already. I'm doing a trade with somebody. Not the nice ones, but the other ones. So this was auction wins on eBay. These are scarce. Actually, number one's not too scarce, but all the issues after are. It's by Holyoke, which was essentially a printer and got into publishing for a short while. And so their stuff wasn't highly printed like the big companies. December 46, number 20, Sal Brodsky cover. And then this one is number 13. And I have quite a few of these. I am tracking them down one by one over the years. This is number 13 from May 1946. Buster's back. What's up, Buster B? What's up, my boy, huh? Okay, your ass is in the camera there. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Okay, what can I do for you? This cat's weird. You give him catnip and he gets like super loving. Okay, I'm trying to do a haul here. So I went to the flea market And and it was on a holiday, so usually on a holiday there's more vendors, and at this flea market there's always comic book vendors, different ones too, especially in winter when the snowbirds come down. This flea market is booming with collectibles and comics. So I went to the flea market. Initially, I picked up these when I first saw them, $2 a piece. It's a little overpriced. I felt like maybe it was going to be a bust, and I wanted to walk away with something. I'm not going to show them all, but it's a super family run, pretty much. $2. I mean, mid grade to upper grades. I did pick up this Buster. Hey, dude, come on! I'm the star of the show. Get out of here. Excuse me, sir. So I did pick up this, one of the later issues, almost like near the end of the run. They're just hard to find. And so then I went through the whole flea market, and then I came upon a guy who had boxes of Silver Age and Golden Age. And he had, I've never seen these classic illustrated, he had a whole box of them. And they look like they just came off the newsstand. And he wouldn't break them up. He was selling the whole box for $300. He had first Adam Warlock and Thor, a really nice copy for it. He had 600 on it. And I had to do it. I said, you take 100 cash. He's like, heck no. So I dug around. I found a few books that were, I liked them. They were cool. But then I found some big books. So let me show you. Buster, come on, dude. Let me show you what I got first. This was just a really nice looking copy. I think he had $10 on it or something. Action Comics 309 from February 64. Whenever I can find these really nice shape and cheap, I'll pick them up. Same with this. Nice. I mean, it's not high grade, but it's really presentable. Purple cover. It's got some spine issues, but other than that, it's beautiful. And this is like the 5th appearance of Martian Manhunter in this title here. Beautiful book. And that was, this was 20. And then, so then there's 2 keys here. I mean, not a key per se, it's just an early World's Finest. It is definitely low grade. He had 65 on this. I didn't pay these prices, so don't get your panties in a wad. This one I've been wanting to get for quite a while. And didn't really want to pay the price people were asking, and finally got a reasonable deal on it for a Superboy and Robin team up in Adventure Comics. $253, October 58. He had 25 on this. So these books cost me $0. They were free. So there's 2 more big books in here. So the 2 big books, if I paid what he had on them originally, these are free. But he bundled them together, and that's how it worked out. I mean, or you could say essentially, I got money off on every book. This is definitely a 1.0, but it is a Jungle Comics number 9. I don't know if I can even remember if I ever saw a single digit of this title. This is for September 1940. It's just a scarce issue. And so originally had 150 on it. And it's there. It's all complete. I think the cover is, I believe it is detached. But the centerfold's there. So that's Jungle Comics number 9. Now here, this one, man. Ooh. First, I'll just let you take a gander and gaze upon her beauty. Take it in for a minute. Breathe. Namaste. Thrilling Comics number 3, 1940. So it originally had 200 on it. It is a low grade. 1.5, I say, covers attached. It, of course, the corners are blunted to heck. But there is a tear right here. It goes through the entire book. So, but that's good. I think it was a good deal. So it was $350 with these two and all of these. I ran to the ATM. Well, actually, no. My wife actually had cash on her, so I didn't have to. I don't think I showed these as some my comic shop pickups. Just like a Golden Age Archie title, Junie Prom Comics. I thought it was cool. It was unique. What did this cost me? 25 with shipping. And some of these good girl comics are scarce, and they can be good investments if you can find them for not really falling apart and at a decent price. Moving on. So I've always wanted one of these. These are always beat up, really beat up books. My comic shop had this, a nice VG Plus copy for 31 with shipping. And this is Miss Beverly Hills of Hollywood. There's another title called Hetty of Hollywood that I'm looking at. Number 3, July 1946. It's a gorgeous. I might have showed this in the last haul. I don't remember. I'm getting too old. This, I think I definitely showed. Did I show those books that Joe got me? I think I did. No, I don't think I did. So hold on a minute, people. All right. There's actually quite a few big books in this haul. So I just showed you some already. So met up with Joe. Joe bought this book for me when I was in California. And just the most incredible meeting story ever. I called him at the beginning of the week. He had to pick up his car because he moved from Hawaii to Tennessee. And he had to pick up his car in California. And I tried talking with him. He's like, my audio setup's really bad. Just wait till I get off the road at the end of the day. So, I didn't call him for a couple of days. Then I said, I'm going to call him, find out where he's at. He's like, I'm an hour south of Little Rock, and I'm driving truck, and I'm looking at the signs. I'm like, so am I. He's like, I just passed exit 88 on I-440, and I'm like, dude, I'm 2 miles ahead of you. It was just the weirdest thing. So we pulled over, we met. He had a book that he bought for me. I bought a book for him, and he bought a book for me, so he owed me money. And I already sent it out. But I regret passing on this. It's missing one page. I think it's even an ad page. For $40. This book is so scarce. Anyways, he had it with him. He bought it. I'm like, he still owed me money. I'm like, is this still available? And he's like, yeah. So I took it. So just stare at that for a minute. He actually just texted me. Yeah. Ghost Rider number 1, January 1950. First solo series of the Golden Age. Ghost Rider. A.K. Rex Fury, previously the Calico Kid. All right, so this is another. Well, he traded this one, and I'm seeing this book now, and I can't believe the price is. I didn't think it was that pricey. I'm guessing because of the horror factor. So he bought this for less than 20. This book's going for like 125 online, and that's Captain Marvel Adventures 146, 1953. Then I traded for this one too. Candy, October 1950. Number 18. I thought it was another one that I traded for, but there is one more, but I thought there was one more after that. This was the book. I've been after this for a while. I didn't see it till earlier this year. I actually wasn't buying comics at the time, and I shot the listing to Jerry the Jitterbug, and he purchased it. But Joe found a nice copy in California for $62, and I thought that was a steal. I was like, that's about a third of what this book should be going for. Especially in this condition. It's usually beat up. So you can see he's sitting on a Nazi right there, kicking him to the beat of the song. He's singing American marching song. Really cool cover. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to have that one in the collection. So, moving on to eBay purchases. Found this. The guy had a bunch of famous funny listings in the higher numbers. I'm going through it. I'm hoping for that Frank Frazetta issues. Like maybe he doesn't know what they are. They weren't there, but this was second to last issue, Buck Rogers, and it was $25. It's a really hard book to find. So I'll just let you stare at that. It's from May 1955. So the next issue, Famous Funnies, was done for publishing. This is an historical title. It was one of the first titles there in the 1930s when comic books were first on the newsstand. So Popular Comics, Famous Funnies. I think it was just the Funnies at the time or something like that. But yeah, and that was like I said, 25. Now, dudes, I have been after an issue of this for probably since I was a little kid. I seen it. I just thought I never would have it. When I started really getting into Golden Age, it's a pricey book. It's a scarce book. I found a nice copy for not that much. Lady Luck in the beautiful green dress. She's like the female Green Hornet. And I didn't even look this up yet because it came in a Mylar, and usually I rebag all my stuff into Mylar or Mylite, and if it's already bagged, then I put it last when I like look up books and research it. But Lady Luck, number 89. I'm thinking this was a different title before this. I'm almost sure of that because I know there's not 89 issues of this. Paid up for this, but I wanted a high grade copy. This is just a gorgeous cover. It's a weird book. So Atlas published Battlefront. Then for some reason, 1 month, Pines published it. And then the next month, Atlas was back to publishing it for the rest of the run. So I don't know what's going on, if they couldn't meet deadline or something like that. So this is Battlefront. It's just a cool John Severin cover. The bullet holes that are up in the title. I just love it. Purples in the background. And I think I paid like $54 with shipping for that. So I paid up for that, but it's a high grade book. You can definitely tell. And so I was on the lookout for more Battlefronts. This one came up. I shot the listing to my friend. It was only like $8. So I shot the listing to Joe because it has a train. And he's like, I got it already. And I'm like, okay, I'll get it. It was only $7. I think it was like, maybe it was more than that. Maybe it was like 9. So with shipping, it was 19. And I believe this is a Joe Mainley cover. And it's a train cover. So, yeah. Guys, I said this is going to be a long one. We're at 17 minutes. Early issue jumbo. I saw this at Anthony's Comics and Art something. I think that's what it's called. He's got some really good prices. This was altogether $142 with the shipping, but it's free shipping. I mean, with the taxes on eBay. So I say he's got good prices. I'm trying to think. I researched this book. So there was no numbers close to this. There were a few issues beyond this, like 10 to 12 further down, and they were asking $200 for lower grades. This was a VG. It's very tight. Everything's attached. So for the grade, I thought, wow, that's a great price. It's not the best cover. They didn't get better till later, but it's just historical. So Jumbo Comics was first a tabloid size when they first came out. And they reprinted all the comic strips of her appearance from Europe. That was in a tabloid called Wags or Rags. That was published by Iger and drawn by Will Eisner. Will Eisner actually came up with the idea for Sheena. Because Iger wanted to rip off Tarzan, and Eisner's like, I only do original stuff. I don't rip off people's work. So he goes, how about a female Tarzan that hasn't been done yet? So, and then everybody was copying him from then on. My nose is getting stuffed up. Anyways, I don't even recognize Jim Min anymore. You guys see him? He's like going to disappear or something. So got this. I always wanted an issue. This is a World War II cover. It's a macro boy. He does interiors too. This is the Green Llama. I always wondered why people were always going after these books, but all the macro boy covers are the World War II ones, and they're really cool. So I paid up for this. I paid 132, which I thought was a good deal. And you got Japan down there, dive bomb, the Green Llama dive bombs Japan. So yeah, that was pretty good. A lot of books I'm getting first in my collection. This week has been, these last 2.5 weeks on eBay have been the Wild West. In the last 2.5 to 3 years, it's dried up. Like, it kept drying up with on the Golden Age side. And my comic shop was probably like 95% of the listings for like quite a while. And it was all just junk. Now you're seeing independent sellers like flea market dealers, storage people that buy storage units, yard sailors, people like that is where you want to buy your comics from because they don't know what they got and they want to get rid of it quick. I just picked up a second copy of First Taskmaster in 196 Avengers, a nice copy for like 25 bucks. And the other one I bought for, excuse me, I forget what I paid for, like $60. And it's like a 4.5. Anyways, let's get on these comics. So another first in my collection. I've been wanting a national comic with Uncle Sam in it forever. And they can be quite pricey. Now this one, I won the auction. Nobody bid on it. I was shocked. $72 shipping and taxes. That's a steal right there for this book. National Comics, number 40. And you know that DC was National Comics before DC. There actually were two companies that worked together. And they were like one entity with separate companies. Then they merged, became National. They changed it to DC with the popularity of the Batman TV show for trademark purposes. Now, my friend Joe, the one I'm always bragging about, told me to get this. So, Joe, if you're watching, in a way, you kind of swindled me, but you didn't know you did. I don't think. I'm just playing. We're just busting balls. Anyways, so this, at this time, ACG was doing what was called True Vision because the popularity in the country was 3D. And so they wanted to do something a little different. So they do these black borders. The bright color pictures would be in the foreground, kind of breaking the borderline, and then the back cover or the back colors would be a little bit more faded. And so this one is actually not a True Vision, but it looks like it is. My only guess is that when they put it on the newsstand next to the other books, they wanted it to be part of the line instead of like it standing out. The kids probably go, "Oh, don't buy that one. It's not an ACG." So they made it look like the True Vision covers because I looked inside and there's no True Vision story inside it. Makes sense. It's a rabbit hole, but if you love it, it's nerd stuff. Another nerd book here. So this is 4-issue title. The first two are called The Face. Then it changes to his alter ego, Tony Trent, for issues 3 and 4. It's by Columbia House. Now, Tony Trent was a government agent, but in the first 2 issues, he wears a green mask when he's out on assignment, like fighting bad guys and espionage and all that stuff. And I don't know why they did away with it. I guess it was too much for the kids. The comic code was coming or whatever. But you can see right here, this is The Face. It's the last Face story in comics. And then issue 4 doesn't have one. I don't know why. So pretty cool. It was cheap. It was on my list forever. He had 25 on it. I offered him 20. He took it, and we were done. It's a really nice condition. The cover's a little messed up in the back, but other than that, I actually passed on Face number 2. I don't know why. Just picked this one up. Saw the listing quickly. Vampire Spider. Who's not going to buy that? So this was, and that's my washer if you hear it in the background. What did I pay for this thing? I paid $17 with shipping. It's from 1953, so it's a Golden Age horror, a vampire spider, and I thought if I ever am Live show, we got to do insect covers again. This is going to be the best one. Okay, where are we at? Ooh, almost a half hour. We're almost done, though. So now I decided that I'm going to go down another rabbit hole. I want to start collecting high-grade DC, early Silver Age, and late Golden Age gorilla covers. So here, technically, is my first high-grade one. I have a couple other low-grade ones. So I paid up for that. I paid $61 with shipping and tax. But just a gorgeous, gorgeous book. Look at that. He's hooked up to the lie detector. You got the gorilla. You got the yellow background. You got 1958. So you got early Silver Age. You got high grade. I think this is a win-win. Okay, moving on. This was just really cheap. I was on eBay. I was on my comic shop. I think purchasing something else, and this I had on my watch list. This was $25 all in. Now this is from 1943. It is a gorgeous Tarzan cover. Has comic book or comic strip reprints in it, and it has original Sparkman story, which was this title's original hero. Has a big spine roll, but I think I'm just going to leave it. Something was spilled on this corner here, and it dried, and the book is like cardboardy crispy, and I don't want to damage that center of that spine. Okay, so I got to pause this. All right, I am back. I wanted to go get this. I bought a second copy by accident of this book. I was looking at it, and I thought I clicked away to do something else. The next thing I know, I look at my cart or something in it. I'm like, what the heck is that? So here's the second copy. This is the one I just bought. It's a beautiful Trap number 3, February 1955. And you notice there's no code on it. It's from 55. I like that. But it is reprints, but it's an original cover. And this cover is really cool. It's like one of those covers you don't forget. And the rest of the covers in this run are crappy. I think there's like 4 or 5 issues. So here's my original. And I think I'm gonna start collecting doubles on books that I like this. So I can find this under $30, even in low grade. I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up as long as it's got the cover on the front. So that's Trap number 3. Before we move on, let me show you this because I pulled this down when I was getting that other comic. Double Trouble, baby. Ghost Rider number 1 and Ghost Rider number 1. Yeah. Okay, moving on. So it's hard to determine what's the biggest grail in this thing. And, keep it to the end, but I think this one you guys will like. Excuse me. Okay, 2 more books. This is a really cool book. It had a lot of pictures. It was $50 and nobody bid on it. It's a Matt Baker cover. Matt Baker interiors, but it's a restored copy. And this person did some intensive work on each page on the corner, and you can't even tell on the cover. And for an amateur, I think he did a really good job. If I put like on a scale from 1 to 10 for amateur work, be like a 9. He really put a lot of thought process in how to do it, and it's cool. There were a lot of pictures when I purchased it, so it's like, I'm going to buy this just because of the coolness, the uniqueness of the restoration also. But Matt Baker, win-win. Look at the cover. This book is usually beat up. And that's Authentic Police Cases, number 23, November 52. So all in, tax, shipping, $62. Okay, last one before the big key. I picked up a second copy. This is the one I just... Is this the one I just picked up? No, this is the one I just picked up. Another one of those golden books. If you're not into Golden Age, like a hardcore like I am, you probably don't even know what this is. This is second appearance of Superman and Son. They're Dell's answer to Superman, of course. So this is from 1941, number 61. So number 60 is the first appearance. And he ran for 10 issues. Really cool sci-fi kind of superhero. His dad gives him his powers. So I picked up a second copy. And I was reading one of the issues. I have 4 or 5 of them. It was really cool because they used, instead of voltage for electricity, they kept referring to it as horsepower. And I thought, man, that's funny. Okay, so last book. Where are we at? Ooh, wow. Last book. Needs no introduction. Bada bing, bada boom. Steve Ditko, The Master. This is number 33, classic cover. It's a British edition, though, which I don't mind. This thing is nice. I paid $120 for this. And that's the Grail book right there. So what year is this from? I forget. 64? 66. February 66. So in 2 more years, I would be born. All right, so I hope I gave you enough eye candy for a while. Gave you books to think about. Hopefully you're on eBay shopping right now. Pick up those Gerber guides if you haven't. Check out the show tonight. We're going to have fun. We're giving away prizes. Prizes. A Top Gun t-shirt. And 1 Top Gun t-shirt and this is the one I like. 1 Jaws t-shirt. Yeah, maybe 2. I don't know. I might give away some more stuff. Who knows? All right, so Nighttiger's out of here. I got to get this up, get it out, and see you tonight.